everyone deals with stress, and for most people it's a negative thing, but stress is actually good for you. That's because we've been viewing stress the wrong way and not utilizing it the way that we should be. Stress is beneficial for us, so why doesn't it feel like that? How do we make it so stress feels beneficial to us and actually feels good, rather than something that makes us feel overwhelmed or panicked or constantly on the edge of something? Especially during something like final season. I know AP exams just finished or are finishing currently. Stress is at an all-time high, especially for students. So how can we manage our stress and try to find the balance of stress and not stress so we can actually utilize stress the way our bodies and our minds meant stress to be utilized? According to Mayo Clinic, stress is defined as an automatic physical, mental, and emotional response to a difficult event. It is a common part of everyone's life. When used positively, stress can lead to growth, action, and change, but negative long-term stress can lessen your quality of life. If you are someone who faces a lot of stress or stress regularly, you might be wondering how stress can possibly ever be positive. Maybe you've heard of people saying that they work better under stress, but that's still not positive, because when people work under stress, it's rushed work, it's panicked work, and it's when overwhelming feelings get too much to bear. That is not healthy, and that is not what stress is for. So how can stress be helpful? So there is a certain type of stress called eustress, which is considered the perfect amount of stress for someone to have so that they can, have expectations that they need to fulfill. They do things, they don't sit and do nothing all day. They have something pushing and motivating them. Yet it's not something that is so overwhelming that it worsens their quality of life. Eustress increases? Oh my god. Eustress increases quality of life. It guides people in a direction that is motivating and that they are passionate about, yet it doesn't overwhelm them and it doesn't suffocate them with an overbearing amount of things to do or expectations, whether from an outside or inside source. Now, if you've just finished AP exams or you're currently preparing for finals, you probably aren't experiencing eustress. You're probably so overwhelmed and don't know how to manage it all. So how do we get to a state of eustress from that point? Firstly, do all the basic stuff that you already know but don't do. Eat healthy, exercise, sleep well. You can literally set a timer to just remind yourself to take a deep breath every once in a while. Chill out. You could also do a hobby that relaxes you. For me, that is painting. I'm really struggling with this right now. Painting. This one is not mine, but these two are. Painting and any form of art, any form of expression, that's a great hobby to have, especially if you're stressed, because it's like a channel for that stress and it just lets off so much emotion that you're carrying and helps you feel lighter. When you are overly stressed, focus on fixing the problem rather than the problem itself. If you have so much work to do, you don't even know where to start, don't panic over the fact that you don't know where to start because there's so much to do. Find somewhere to start, or just start. Starting is almost always the hardest part of anything. Once you just start, you will find a way to fix the problem. If you build a calendar to help you manage your time and how to organize what work you have to do, that's so much more effective than just freaking out over the fact that you don't know how to do your work. Get a tutor, get a study buddy for accountability. There's so many things you could do. You have paralysis over how much work that you have. That needs to be broken ASAP. Because there's so many resources out there. There's so many people available to help you. If you are stuck in a bubble like that, there's nowhere to go. Seek help, because there is help everywhere. If you just have constant overwhelming work, let yourself relax, because even though that's not going to get rid of the work, it avoids burnout. And if you're burnt out, you won't do anything, which is going to start a cycle of having so much work because you procrastinated, doing that work, being burnt out,
and then not doing your work, and then having that work piled up, and then you have to do all the work, and then you're gonna get burnt out, and so on and so forth.
Breaking down stress is mainly about maintaining good health and not letting yourself get trapped up in your own thoughts that you don't need help or that it's too much and you can't even think. You have to let yourself see the full picture and just step back. Let yourself relax, take a deep breath, and fix the problem rather than the emotion. So now that we know how to decrease stress, how do we maintain a state of eustress? Most of this information is from Mayo Clinic, and some of it is from my own brain and my own experience because I'm just so wise. So first, have people around you that aren't that stressed, or at least can manage their stress well. The Mayo Clinic phrases this as improving your relationships, which obviously also works, but I'd say to find people that actually will support you rather than stress you out more. Don't have people that constantly complain about how much work they have. And like, yes, it's good to get your emotions out, but come on.
You're not their therapist.
If you are surrounded by people who can manage their stress and have a positive energy, that will reflect onto you and you will start to have those same emotions. Did you know that skills such as time management and problem solving can actually be learned? Learn how to do them. If you are someone who stresses out because they have so much work and they don't have time, or they have so many problems that they can't fix, learn how to fix that. This is my cat. Actually, it's my mom's cat, but the eye fell out, so I put it back in. It's a little bit wonky, but that's okay. Work out what schedule works best for you. For me, that's doing all of my work during school and focusing for 8 hours straight. For other people, that might be taking breaks between different classes in school and not doing all their work at school so they can focus better on the work that they do and get the rest done at home. You should also improve your ability to cope with difficult situations. For example, if you have a challenging assignment, instead of procrastinating because of perfectionism and the fear of messing up, dive into it and let yourself figure it out. Throw yourself in and you will learn that it's not that bad. But if you stay in a bubble, you're not going to learn anything and you're not going to be prepared to face those challenging assignments or real challenges in real life. And the last thing I'd recommend, which honestly was the most effective for me, and I'm saving it for last because everyone who's watching all the way to the end gets the best tip. Improve gratitude and meaning in your life. If you are stressed every single day over your performance, whether it be academic or socially or in a relationship, whatever, you are likely putting too much of your self-meaning and self-purpose into that thing. Be grateful for other aspects of your life, whether that be friends, family, hobbies, religion, whatever. Put more of your meaning into those things. Even yourself. Just be proud of yourself for existing, because that's your only obligation. The other obligations that you are given are from other people. But your obligation in your life is to exist in the way that you want. So get more in touch with your meaning and actually strive to complete that meaning. For example, you can have meaning in a religion, but if you never pray, then you are not striving towards that meaning. So if you are overwhelmingly stressed with finals, know that you are putting too much of your meaning into that thing. Good luck on your exams, and I hope that you do super well. I hope you ace everything. And remember to always be kind to everyone and to always keep educating yourself. Please subscribe for more meaningful content. I love you so much. Have an amazing day. Bye!